Okay everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to have a road trip video. It's going to be somewhat similar to the road trip video I did last year, going from Mount Airy, Maryland to Disney in Orlando, Florida. However, this time I'm mainly going to be focusing on FSD, though at the end of the video I will show you my efficiency stats. Now I also have to report that I have a new Model Y, 2022 Model Y Performance, and I do have the full self-driving package on that vehicle. So this is going to be slightly different. The good thing about that is that we're going to be able to measure the differences in efficiency between the long range and the performance on the same trip. Now granted, the conditions aren't going to be exactly the same, but it should give you a general idea of the difference in efficiency between the two vehicles. So, I think it should be wanting to exit the passing lane now. And on Mad Max, it doesn't want to exit the passing lane. Now, of course, this truck is here. There's a car coming up behind me pretty close. So once I get past this truck, it should want to get over. Let's see if it does or not. There it goes. So I don't know, I agree with you. I think Mad Max is probably, at least around here anyway, what people normally drive like. So let's see how much this car is going pretty slow in front of us. Let's see how quickly it wants to get over. See, it's still quite a bit of a delay. To me, it should have been able to anticipate a little bit better, especially on Mad Max, that car was going a lot slower than what I was going. And then on the, now see, now it wants to get out of the passing lane. And the car is not really that close behind me. But before, it didn't want to get out of the passing lane at all. Doesn't seem to be consistent. What it does with this big rig up here. It wants to, how long it takes before it wants to change lanes. It's kind of like not able to make up its mind. 3 times it thought it wanted to change lanes and it stopped. Now it's going to want to do it. But only after it slowed down somewhat by like 3 or 4 miles an hour. Now let's see if it wants to get out of the passing lane. There's no cars behind me in this passing lane. Let's see if it wants to exit the passing lane when there's no cars. It doesn't look like it's going to do that. But that's probably fine. Oh, well, it is. It is going to get over. I don't know if I want to get over because that car is going slow. To me, it shouldn't exit the passing lane if there's no cars behind you, because it'll create an unnecessary lane change. So I wanted to do a lane change, and then it aborted the lane change, and we're still going a few miles slower. And it's in Mad Max mode. So I would think it should want to get over so that it can get to the set speed. There it goes. Maybe it has something to do with red trucks. What do you think? Now there is a truck behind me, so let's see how quickly it wants to get out of the passing lane here. Red truck's going. I don't know if he's going the same speed. It looks like a little bit slower than my set speed. Another Tesla up ahead there. I think it wants to get past this red truck before it gets over. There it goes. Now it wants to get over. Now I've got a truck pretty close next to me here, and this tractor trailer up ahead is going a little bit slower. Let's see what it does. It seems to have a problem doing lane changes when there's a vehicle pretty close. Although this truck's backing off a little bit now. It does that, it's aborting it. It's really strange. Let's see if it does it. No, it's not going to do it. This truck's going to go by. That'll do it. Let's see how quickly we get out of the passing lane. Pretty quickly. So that's kind of strange that when I start to get up close to a vehicle that's moving slower, it acts like it wants to change lanes once or twice, at least one time, usually twice, before it actually allows me to confirm the lane change. Alright, so we're coming up on a truck, and we have vehicles next to us. The truck is going really slow. This time it made up its mind that it wants to change lanes right away. So I think what we've determined here is that average is probably below average. I don't think it's what the average person would do. And to me, Mad Max is kind of misleading because it's not aggressive or anything like that. Mad Max is probably what I would consider to be the average setting. All right, so we're here in Santee, South Carolina, and I'm going to plug in. I've got 10% charge. This is a 150 kilowatt supercharger. And it's starting to charge. One of the things I liked about the old interface is that it displayed all the charging information over here on the right. Now it just displays it up here in the upper left-hand corner. So anyway, I kind of like the way the old interface displayed the charging. But we can see we're doing pretty good. This is a version 2 supercharger, 150 kilowatt max output. I'm getting 138 kilowatt right now, and it looks like I need about 20 minutes of supercharging to continue on my trip. So I'm just leaving the supercharger in Celebration, Florida, and I was here about the same time last year in 2021, and I can tell you there's a lot more Teslas on the road because the superchargers are a lot more busy, especially in this area. Now, I don't frequent the superchargers all that often.
Now make a U-turn at Arabian Nights Boulevard.
But the times I have, I can tell you some of the ones that are more populated. And around this area in Orlando, Florida, the superchargers are highly utilized. And that's increased significantly from last year at about the same time. See how busy of a supercharger site Yulee, Florida is this year.
Now turn left.
See at least a couple of them here.
Now turn left. Now your destination is on the right.
I don't think it's on the right. I think it's on the left. And we have some open stalls here. Yeah, where do I want to go? I'll go all the way over here. That guy's number 2. Get in here. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Coming into Yamassee, South Carolina supercharger. First time we've been to this one. I can see that it's preconditioning the battery for supercharging. Like 4 stalls are in use. might have been to this charger before. Say it's starting to rain a little bit. A few drops of rain.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
This left here.
Now turn left.
It's this left here.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Alright, looks like we have some superchargers back here. Hidden away. Now, let's look at the numbers. Guys on 2B. It looks like they've only got 2. So, whichever one I connect to is going to take away from somebody's charging speed. It doesn't matter. Self-park, why not? Let's see.
Oh, that's so weird. Ew. Oh.
It's kind of lopsided.
100 feet, keep left at the fork.
I can't remember if it's on the left or on the right. Coming into Florence, South Carolina supercharger.
Now turn left onto North
Last short stop before we get to our hotel in Fayetteville for the night. It's on the right.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right. Now your destination is on the right.
I don't know how I'm supposed to get in here. It's all coned off. Let's see. Okay, we can go straight. That's what we really need to do. So I think that's what we need to do.
Let's hold RV.
Somewhere around here is the Tesla chargers. I don't know where the hell they are. Guess we're going the wrong way. It's somewhere around here. I think it's all the way around the other side. No, we just drove by it. There they are. Finally, after our detour.
Not a detour. It's on my
Oh, it was a detour.
It's on my bucket list to go to this place.
Now, there's a lot of chargers here. Let's see what we've got. One A. This is a little bit different. This is not the Florence supercharger that we stopped at last year. This is a different supercharger, and this one is obviously 250 kilowatt because I'm getting 233 kilowatt currently. And I look at my trip, I need to charge here for 10 minutes in order to get to Fayetteville. But I'll probably charge for a little bit longer than that. So I'm going to start off the day with an early morning charge in Fayetteville for the trip today. And see what we've got going on here. Stopped here on the way down. And I think I'll pull into 8A. These are 150 kilowatt chargers. And we'll see if Autopilot can do its thing. It didn't do so well the last time. I think it's real close to the line. That's good enough. All right, so the supercharger is ramping up. Again, this is a 150 kilowatt charger, so it's going to max out around there. And I'm already at 54% state of charge. I'm just charging here while I wait for the family to get breakfast and get ready for the day. And we can see that I'm getting around 80 kilowatt here. And if I want to go to 100%, it's going to take me about 45 minutes. Now, if I reduce that down, let's say that should be 80%. Actually, that's 70%. Just a slider here. So about 20 minutes to get to 80%. So I charged up to 100% here, and we're about to start our trip back. I looked at a better route planner quickly, and if I try to make it back home with about 5% state of charge, we only have to make one charging stop on the way back. That's in about 360 miles, and it's going to take us about 5 hours and 45 minutes. So earlier I looked on a better route planner, and it had me making one stop. Tesla navigation has other plans, so we're going to stop off here at the Halifax supercharger and charge up. I haven't been to this particular supercharger before, so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. Looks like it's over here at this oasis.
Now your destination is on the right.
Interesting. a bunch of Teslas over here. Looks like 1A is available, so we'll take that. So it looks like at this supercharger I'm getting about 135 to 140 kilowatt. And let's see, it wants me to charge for 25 minutes. Let's see if it disables navigate on autopilot because of the rain. Yep, poor weather detected. Navigate on autopilot is unavailable. And the nice thing about that is it will re-enable it once the weather clears. The auto steer seems to work pretty well, even in this heavy rain. Every now and then you see the lane lines glitch in, but I'm not sure that that is really affecting the operation of the auto steer. This is a vision-only car. Has no radar, relying solely on cameras. Let's see if it switches out of auto steer and back onto navigate on autopilot. There, it just did. Rain stopped, the wipers went down, and it turned navigate on autopilot back on. Alright, so this is going to be our first time visiting the Woodbridge supercharger. And it will be our last stop on our journey back to Maryland. This is a really bad supercharger. A lot of traffic in here, very difficult to get in and out. Very, very busy. Very difficult to get in and out. Only come here if you have to. Okay, everyone. So this is the part of the video where we go over the statistics for the trip. Those of you who are interested, I know some of you may not be, but I know I like numbers, so this helps me understand what the numbers look like. Now, I will link to the video from last year so that you can look at the statistics from my long range and use that to compare here to the performance. But as we can see, I can tell you right offhand, the consumption is a lot higher. And we can see that the consumption is up over 300 watt hours per mile pretty much the whole time. The only time it went below 300 is towards the end of my trip here, when the temperatures were down around 80. That's when the efficiency seemed to go up. You can also see that my average speed is a lot lower as well. This is when we hit a lot of traffic towards the end of our trip. So highway driving, you can see that my average speeds here, 72, 73, and you can see my consumption. Now, obviously, if I would have driven 55 or 60 the whole time, I probably could have gotten right around 300 or maybe a little bit below that. The temperatures were also a contributing factor. You can see that for a lot of this, I was in the 90s, some of it even up close to 100. But even down here at 83, with an average speed of 70 miles per hour, I was still consuming 339 watt hours per mile. So the speed is the major factor here. And one last thing to note before I end this is we can see here when my consumption was 291 watt hours per mile, we can see the temperature is lower, but my average speed is also quite low at 56 miles per hour. So that definitely played a part in it. Anyway, folks, so that's been my trip with the not beta version of full self-driving. Remember to comment below, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the videos and playlists that pop up at the end. And thank you very much for watching. Now, hopefully Navigate on Autopilot will restore itself here momentarily since the rain is stopping. And of course, as soon as I say that, it's going to make a fool out of me.